up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? How are you guys doing? My name is Matt LeGrand, and on this channel, we are always talking about swimming, biking, or running, general triathlon type content. And in this video, we're actually gonna talk about 4 bike gifts. I'm doing a little bit of a series just where I go over kind of triathlon gift ideas. In yesterday's video, we talked about 4 swimming gifts. Today will be cycling. And then tomorrow's video is gonna be 4 running gift ideas. So if you have a runner or a biker or a swimmer in your family and you're looking for kind of some gift ideas, hopefully something in these videos will be helpful. Okay, I've got my stocking right here and we can just go ahead and dig right into it, see what we've got here. In any sort of cycling gift giving guide, one thing you should definitely consider is just bike inner tubes. For one, they just fit really nicely and easily into your stocking, so they make kind of a fun stocking stuffer. Another reason to consider this is just that we're always going through tubes, you know, whatever it is, especially this time of year in the Northern Hemisphere. The roads are particularly dirty and gross, lots of grime, lots of stuff out there, and you tend to go through a little bit more tubes more frequently than we would want. And then typically I will race with a latex inner tube. I will post a video, a very old video about that up here, just talking about how it's slightly faster to use a latex tube and why that is. But I use Vittoria latex tubes. And then when I'm not racing, I tend to use the Conti butyl tubes. They tend to work well and they have a variety of different sizes. As far as pricing goes, you're looking to spend a little bit more money on the latex tube, somewhere between 10 and 20 bucks, versus the butyl tubes, which are significantly cheaper. I usually try to find them for under $10, but I will leave links below to all of these products in the description of this video, and those will be affiliate links. So if you click through and buy something, it won't cost you anything extra, but it does help out the channel and I really do appreciate it. All right, next gift idea would just be tires. Again, same kind of idea. If you have a cyclist or a triathlete in your family, they're gonna go through tires. And this is the Continental Grand Prix. These are the 4000s. What I would recommend that you guys pick up are the 5000s. And I will definitely leave a link to those below. They're a little bit more expensive. They're not the cheapest tires that you can buy. They're not the most expensive, but they're definitely not the cheapest. I would look to spend somewhere along the lines of about 50 bucks if you can find it for somewhere in that price range. Again, I'll leave links to places where I think you can find a good deal on these tires. But these are fantastic because they have that kind of sweet spot between having some puncture resistance and still being a fast tire. So a lot of triathletes, a lot of cyclists will use these to race with because you're less likely to flat, but they're still fast enough that you're not just riding on super slow tires. Okay, the next item that I have in the stocking here is the Garmin Varia radar. This is the newer variety. This is the RTL 510. And this is something that I really want you guys to consider, mostly because it's a safety issue. And it breaks my heart every time I hear of a friend or a teammate or someone on the road that just gets hit by a car. This should help. What it allows you to do is just be able to see oncoming traffic on your bike computer in front of you. Basically, you'll see a little dot for each car. As it's moving forward, you can see as it's passing you and how fast it's moving up on you. The other thing is, for me, I tend to move over as cars come up and then slide out when there's less cars. And when you see 2 or 3 cars coming all in a row, you'll know to stay over as far to the right of the road as safely possible. And so I don't really like to bike without this product. It's one of those products that you don't really realize you need until you have it, and then you realize you really wish you had it all along. Just a really nice safety item, and it's something that I hope that you consider. These retail for right at $200, and they just sit right on your seat post, right underneath your seat, and they are extremely fantastic. The last item that I have in here in my stocking is a new bike computer. This one is called the Wahoo Element Bolt. I've definitely mentioned it on this channel before, and I will do a full review of this product soon. And it is compatible with that Garmin Varia radar. You do have to update the firmware of this bike computer, but it does work with the radar. I tested it recently and it worked just fine, and I really love having that radar. So not having that work with my bike computer is kind of a deal breaker. So I'm super happy that Wahoo was able to implement that kind of radar spec into their bike computer, making that functional. But this is a very nice small bike computer. It is not a touchscreen. It has 3 buttons on the front, 2 on one side and 1 power button on the other. So it's super simple to use, seems to be pretty rock solid as far as I can tell. And it works with all the bike components that you might be interested in, power meters, cadence sensors, the radar, which I mentioned, and just does the stuff that you need it to do without trying to be super fancy and doing a whole bunch of stuff that you're never gonna use. All right, I know I said 4 items, but if none of this stuff looked particularly appealing to you, consider those Aftershokz headphones. I talked about them in a couple of videos prior, and I will do a review on them in the near future. But that is a nice headphones, and one thing that's nice about them from a cycling perspective is that they leave your ears open to be able to hear traffic. Now, Aftershokz does have a variety of different products, but they all do the same thing in that they use that jawbone conductive audio. So definitely take a look at all of their products, but their newest one is called the Apex, and it's a nice one just because it actually has a little bit more battery life. So if you're not sure which one to consider, definitely consider that one. And the last thing that I'll suggest is just to go have a look at the handlebars of your favorite cyclist and see if there's any wear and tear on the handlebar tape, or if it's just getting kind of grungy and gross, because handlebar tape is one of those awesome little gifts that could go in a stocking or something like that, just a small little gift that I think that your favorite cyclist will enjoy. All right, guys, if you're into this sort of stuff, and that would be swimming, biking, or running, I typically post videos about once per week. This week is a little weird in that I'm posting these 3 videos for gift ideas, but definitely consider subscribing. There's a little subscribe button down below here somewhere, and there's also a notification bell. The notification bell just allows you to be notified of whenever I post new videos, and I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos. Thank you, and we'll see you guys on the next one.